Well, greetings, beloveds who will be watching this online later. We're so glad that you are watching Unity of Tempe. And we do encourage you to, if you can, come and be with us in person, because there are a lot of people loving and waiting to meet you, just excited to meet you. And you only get a little portion of the message, but thank you for joining us online. So this week, people across the country will gather for the annual ritual of Thanksgiving. And some of us are already giving thanks in advance for stretchy pants. Because let's be honest, this is a holiday where vegetables lose their identity. Sweet potatoes get buried under marshmallows, cranberries drown in sugar, and something I don't understand at all, green beans surrendering to mushroom soup and French fried onions. I'm sorry, whoever loves this dish, I just don't get it. Then there's pumpkin pie, apple pie, pecan pie, and basically it's a parade of carbs disguised as gratitude. And we love it. Now, when I first came to the US, I found Thanksgiving a little perplexing. A national day of Thanksgiving? Why only one day? Did the rest of the year get reserved for complaining? I don't know. But of course, I've come to see that while it might be just a single day on the calendar, the opportunities to live in gratitude are endless. And gratitude isn't meant to be boxed up with the leftovers. It's meant to spill over into everyday, ordinary moments, even the imperfect ones. I love this quote. We take for granted the very things that most deserve our gratitude. Isn't that the truth? Now, not all will welcome Thanksgiving this year with ease. There may be pain, there may be sadness, there may even be, for some, an empty chair. Even some in our community. And gratitude doesn't always come with a side of mashed potatoes and a Norman Rockwell glow. Sometimes it's a whispered thank you through tears. Now, decades ago, I found myself on a plane from Salt Lake City to London on Thanksgiving Day, as my grandmother, who raised me, had just made her transition. And Thanksgiving for many, many years was a very difficult day for me. Now, gratitude isn't about pretending that everything's perfect. It's about recognizing the divine presence, even amid sadness or worry. Even amid 2025, it's about seeing with spiritual eyes. And Unity co-founder Myrtle Fillmore said gratitude is one of the qualities of the soul. And she encouraged people to spend time in thanksgiving each day. She said, heaven and earth listen and respond to the soul that is quickened into praise and thanksgiving. When we are grateful for the good we have, more will be added. So Thanksgiving, it's more than a holiday tradition. It invites us into a spiritual practice of gratitude as a way of seeing, a way of living, a way of being. And today I'd like us to hold the image of a basket. And a basket gathers, and it carries, and it holds. Metaphysically, our consciousness is a basket. Whatever we choose to notice, affirm, and bless fills this basket. Charles Fillmore said, blessing is not passive. It is an act of spiritual power. When we bless, we call forth divine good. Who wants more divine good? Yeah. Anyone not want more divine? No, we all want more divine good. Even when appearances suggest otherwise. So what is in your basket today? Sometimes our baskets feel empty, yet metaphysically it is space waiting to be filled with divine possibility. Gratitude activates blessings. Every thank you opens the basket wider. I want you to think for a moment of the feeding of the 5,000, that scripture story. And the disciples, what did they see? They saw scarcity. They saw 5 loaves and 2 fish. But Jesus saw a basket of blessings. And he took it and he blessed it. And what happened? It multiplied. Sometimes blessings don't look like blessings at first. They arrive disguised. Some days, the only thing we might be grateful for is coffee or tea or whatever your drink in the morning is, or the sunrise, or cats, or dogs, or some comfort food. And that's okay. Because even enjoy the little things. For one day you may look back and realize that they were the big things. Maybe your basket this year includes a friend who checked in when you were low. A moment of laughter in the middle of a hard week. Gratitude begins by noticing the small things, the blessing we didn't ask for, the blessings we didn't even know we needed most. Gratitude is not dependent on external circumstances, but it's dependent on our inner state of being. It's not dependent on what's going on out there. It's dependent on what's going on in here. William Arthur Ward said, God gave you a gift of 86,400 seconds today. Have you used one to say thank you? Now, I know y'all have already in this service. Now, when we listen to others share their gratitudes, it often awakens our own. So following our theme of baskets of blessings, I've asked members of our beloved community to briefly share stories of people that have positively influenced them, people they're grateful for, or something in particular that they are grateful for. And each person has maximum 3 minutes to share, because we have several people. And so you're going to go in this order: Linda, Sandra, Ruth, Martha, and MGM, and then one surprise one at the very end. And so Linda, Reverend Dr. Linda, I invite you to come up, and you'll be followed by Sandra.
I was told 3 to 5 minutes. And I had a little a thing here to give me so I could watch and make sure that I'm not going over that. But I forget it. Okay. I learned this Thanksgiving prayer at seminary. It's a Lakota prayer, and it means so much to me. The man who taught it to me does it every morning. I do it when I walk in nature. Mitakiwe o esin, for all my relations. I am grateful for and I honor the stone nations, the boulders and the rocks, the mountains of stone, the pebbles and the sand, and the earth, our Mother Earth. They have minerals in them, and I have minerals in me. We are related. I'm grateful for and I honor the waters of the earth, the oceans and the seas and the rivers and streams, the water that comes from the heavens and the water that springs from the earth. I honor and am grateful for all of the beings that live in the waters, the huge, huge animals and the tiny little fishes, the shellfishes and the other animals. I am so grateful for them. I am grateful for and I honor the rooted people, the standing people like the redwoods and the sequoias and the other standing people, and the bushes and all those that give us fruits and nuts. And I honor the vegetable plants and the legume plants that give us food to nourish us. And I honor the grasses, all those that give us grains to eat. And I honor the many-legged and the those with no legs, for they too are a part of creation, and I welcome them and honor them. I am grateful for them. I honor the winged ones, the ones who fly and those who cannot. I honor the mighty eagle and the tiny hummingbird and all between, the raptors and the songbirds. I honor and I bless the four-leggeds, those closest to us, and they are from the mighty elephant to the tiny mouse, and those who are close to us, like our dogs and cats, and their relatives, the fierce lion and the coyote and the wolf. And I honor the two-leggeds, the elderly and the babies, and the people of every color, and the people who are living in pain and those who are in joy right now. I thank for them. I am very thankful for them. Mitakiwe o esin. I am grateful.
Beautiful. Thank you. Beautiful.
I have two people, so I'm taking the whole time. First, this is from Sandra, and she says the other Sandra, her words, not mine, but Sandra Donner. And she says that she is so grateful to her friend Carol that actually brought her here, not just told her about unity, but physically brought her here, because she says that when she is here, she just loves the energy and the great feelings that she gets from being with a supportive community. And so she's eternally grateful to Carol. Now, I have several people that I want to talk, and I'm going to try to be brief. First of all, I'm grateful for my dad, because he taught me how I should be treated, that I was worthy of a person that treated me right, male or female, and that I shouldn't take any, let's say, manure. And that helped me because of my short dating life. I never kissed any frogs. My friend introduced me to a young man, and after meeting him, and he lived out of town, and one day he said to me, "I'm going to marry you." And I was like, "Who do you think you are? You don't say you're going to marry me. You asked me if I would marry you, and I'm not marrying anybody. I'm going to San Jose State. I'm going to party, and then my girlfriend and I are going to get an apartment. I'm sorry, I got things to do and places to go." And shortly after going through all this, a year after high school, we got married. And I am so grateful to have had Willie in my life. He was just good to the bone. I've never heard anybody say any disparaging things about him. And he taught me what unconditional love really was. We grew up together. I helped him go to school. He helped me to go to school. We have great children that have really come through in these last few years with me. And I am especially grateful to Jackie Garner. When we first came in town, the four of us, her husband and us, we would go to places, and Jackie and Willie would take us to every new development, to all these model homes. And not only would we have to go through them, they would redo them and everything. And Jim and I would just stand there and say, "Is it time to go yet? Are they done?" And after Willie died, Jackie called me every single day for 4 months, every day. And then after that, we still kept in touch. unfortunately, she's having a health crisis, and she's not able to talk. And I am going to go and visit her this week. But we met when we first came to town. Our kids have grown up. We have grandchildren. She has great-grandchildren. And just the love and everything that she shared. And most of all, I'm grateful to everybody here, the community that we have, and the love that you've shown me through all the things. And my children that have come through, Adrian is taking care of his mom, and Cheryl is handling all the business. And I'm just grateful, and I appreciate, and I love and appreciate every single one of you. Thank you.
Okay, I'm going to be short and sweet. There's so much in my life, so many people, places, and experiences to be grateful for. But at this time in my life, what I'm most thankful for is my connection to spirit and to the earth. I'm thankful for the guidance I've learned to sense in everything around me. I'm thankful for an understanding of what a great privilege it is to be alive, especially right now. I'm thankful to have finally woken up to the divinity that's all around us. I'm thankful to witness as others do the same. As the world seems topsy-turvy, I find my solace up on the mountain. I sit with the cactus and soak up the sun. I listen to the call of the birds. I feel the whisper of the wind on my skin. I remember who I am, and I am grateful.
Wow, what hasn't been expressed already? It's been such a beautiful, beautiful service today. Thank you, Mitzi. The things that I am very, very grateful for are situations and one person in particular. But the situations come from starting my day every day before I even get out of bed every morning. I'm grateful to feel the joy, because there have been so many times when I was in such emotional pain and depression and sorrow that I struggled to even get out of bed. And those days are gone. And there have been days when I was in such physical pain that it was difficult, whether it was the back or the knees, that it was difficult to get out of bed because it hurt physically. And there have been days where there was such severe neck pain that I couldn't even look around the room as I am doing right now. All these things are in the past now, and but I have to say that I am deeply grateful to each and every one of those things, because had it not been for all the emotional pain and the physical pain, I don't know that I could appreciate as much all of the beauty, all of the wonderful, wonderful things that I have now. The lack of pain, whether it be physical or emotional. I probably wouldn't notice if I hadn't experienced what I've experienced, the painful situations that I've experienced in the past. So I am very, very grateful for the pain and the sorrow that has come in my life, as well as all the beauty and the joy. And I am especially grateful for the guy that's over there, the guy that you all know as Armando, because he has been the guy who has kind of put pieces together time and time and time again, that has carried me physically sometimes, and definitely emotionally. And I am grateful for this community as well. So thank you.
Are we here? I'm grateful for everybody. Beautiful Unity family. Today, what I'm grateful for is easy, and it's simple and powerful, and it comes straight from my heart. I'm grateful for my spiritual home, Unity of Divine Love. As one of the founding members, in fact, the only founding member who's still continuously engaged from the beginning, I had a front row seat to our incredible journey. Some of you might remember that we weren't always in this lovely sanctuary. We started in a golf course clubhouse with Reverend Kira Bear, which might explain why we're always fun, feisty, and vibrant with energy. And so, but then we began what I call the Unity Caravan. We held services in a hotel ballroom, a dance studio, a warehouse, and finally we had our own building. And through all of these adventures and name changes from Unity of Chandler, Unity of Tempe, the spirit always remained the same, unity of divine love. And personally, I'm grateful that I had the privilege of leading our community for well over 5 years, guiding us through 3 moves, lots of transitions, and plenty of spiritual growth. But what I'm most grateful for is you, our community, our family, and our divine love. You see, it's easy to come each week and sit here and listen to the message, have it spill over you, say thank you, go over there and get them goodies, and hey, and then run out the door. And so, but what has changed my life and what has held me together were the long-term relationships that sustained me through the greatest moments of joy in my life and through the heartbreaking moments that were not so joyful. For those of you who do not know me, I am Maureen G. Mulvaney. Mama named me that, so my initials will be MGM, her big production. So, of course, naturally, I became a professional speaker. And when my only child, Mayrie, and I first joined Unity of Divine Love, we got involved immediately. Mayrie grew up in Unity, and she became one of the Unity caretakers of the children later on. And when she got married, we had her babies, Michaela and Matthew, were baptized with love at Unity of Divine Love, our spiritual home. And I'm grateful to Unity because when Mayrie went through her painful and challenging divorce, this community wrapped her in love and wrapped in my grandchildren in pure spiritual love. And when the unthinkable happened, when my Mayrie, overwhelmed by fear and pain and threats from her ex of losing her children, Mayrie died by suicide on September 16, 2019. My heart was shattered. But it was our Unity of Divine Love that held me, that held my grandchildren, and each and every one of you were there for us. You created a celebration of love filled with tenderness, beauty, music, and prayer. And even though Michaela and Matthew's father and stepmother refused to attend, Unity made sure my grandchildren had a sacred place and they were able to grieve surrounded by love. And after Mayrie's passing, I fought for and won court-ordered visitation, and I brought my grandchildren here from 2019 to 2023. We all laughed together, we all felt safe here, and we were loved here. And then in February 2023, without warning, their father and new Filipino adoptive mother violated my court order and fled to the Philippines. And they have kept my beloved grandchildren there for almost 3 years now. I've had to hire attorneys and go on 2 continents to fight for my visitation to be recognized, and even had to travel to the Philippines alone. And through every painful step, Unity, this Unity, has been there for me, praying, supporting, believing, and loving. And through it all, I've used our Unity principles to clearly see, with absolute spiritual certainty, Michaela and Matthew will be back in my arms again. I see divine right timing and divine right order in total restoration, and I see joy. And that is why I am so profoundly grateful for Unity of Divine Love. You are my spiritual home, my comfort, my spirit, my strength, the love that has carried me through the darkest valleys and into the light again. So from my heart, I thank you for being my home. I thank you for being my family. And I thank you for loving me and my grandchildren throughout it all. You are loved.
I have so much to be thankful for in my life, so many opportunities that just presented themselves at the door, pretty much, for me. My Aunt Janice, absolutely one of the most marvelous women I've ever known in my life. And my father passed when I was 6, and my mother was about 20 years younger than my father. He died from metastasized lung cancer, leaving my 4-year-old brother and my 4-month-old sister. But my Aunt Janice was one of these people that just saw the world in light and love and had relationships with everyone she met, even if it was just for an hour on one day. And she inspired me in so many ways. She loved to cook, and she was a phenomenal cook, baker, you name it, she could do it. And she sewed. She had so many creative activities that she shared with everyone that she met. If someone was having a problem, it didn't matter what it was, she jumped in to help. My Aunt Janice was absolutely an inspiration for me and my mother. Recovering from the loss of my father with 3 small children. And it stayed that way for our entire lives. And as I watched her and I looked around the activities she participated in at church, the time she gave to charitable organizations, she was absolutely amazing. And you could see the joy in her in doing this. She was getting as much out of it as she was giving to others. That is the person I want to be. She was so remarkable and so inspiring. Thank you.
We love and miss you, Catherine, and thank you everyone for that wonderful sharing. We get to know each other so much more. I'm sure some of you didn't know anything about MGM's story. You didn't know you'd ever met Dr. Willie here, who was a beloved member of our community. And that is what we're about here. We are about love. We're about doing life in the good times and in the challenging times. And you know, our baskets are never truly empty. Even in those times of loss, there is a blessing in the presence of Spirit, in the love that sustains us all. And I invite you to, this week, create a basket or some kind of container of blessings at your own home. Write in things that you're grateful for. I'm so very, very, very grateful for each and every one of you, for the calls that come where you're at the end of your rope, and the calls that come when you're celebrating. I've had the pleasure of walking with some of you through the darkest night of your life. And the pleasure also of walking through with you in such joy. So write those gratitudes on a piece of paper, place them in the basket each day, and when you're ready, when you're feeling low, pull one out, read it. So we bless what is, and we trust that Spirit will multiply what is. And we're going to have a beautiful song now that is a staple of our Thanksgiving service with Daniel Namod.
You're my life, you're my breath, you're a smile, you're my guest. You're the earth, you're the sun, you're the grass, you are love. You're my hands, you're a bug, you're my eyes, you're a hug. You're the light in the dark, you're the spark, you are fun. You're my mom, you are water, you're the stars, you're my daughter. You're my friend till the end, you're my dreams, you're my father. You're the ants on the ground, the miracles that surround. I'm feeling it all around, the hemisphere in the clouds. You're my pain, you're my sorrow, you're my hope for tomorrow. You're the strength when I'm hollow, you're the path that I follow. You're the blessings that exist, the small things that are bliss. The gift to realize that everything
all
is a
that
gift.
I am, all that I see, all that I've been, and all that I'll ever be is a blessing. It's so amazing, and I'm grateful.
lessons that I learn every time I turn around. You're the water when I'm burned. Every time I think I found everything I'm looking for, you're the sign saying stop to take a bow and keep moving forward and start looking towards your heart. It'll open all the doors and only then you'll start to hear the world singing chorus with your mind and heart aligned in purpose. Everything will feel gorgeous.
All that I see, all that I've been, and all that I'll ever be is a blessing. It's so amazing, and I'm grateful for it all.
Every day I sit and pray cause what I have is more than I deserve or could ever imagine. How do I give back to all of this magic and spread the love so everybody can have it? Doesn't matter if I'm rich or poor, if I got a family or if I'm all alone. Bad things happen, I can just complain and moan. But there's a million things that I can be grateful for.
So I lift up my hands now, and I open my heart, and my gratitude goes out to everything near and far. All that I am,
Everything I am and everything I see, everything I hope and everything I dream, everything I feel and everything I be. I look deep down and feel all the blessings. Everything I am and everything I see, everything I hope and everything I dream, everything I feel and everything I be. I'm grateful for it all. It's amazing. Everything I am and everything I see, everything I hope and everything I dream, everything I feel and everything I be. I look deep down and feel all the blessings. Everything I am and everything I see, everything I hope and everything I dream, everything I feel and everything I be. I'm grateful for it all. It's amazing. You're the blessings that exist, the small things that are bliss, the gift to realize that everything is a gift.
Wait, one more. This is for y'all.
all that I am.
All that I've been.
It's a blessing,
It's so amazing.
and I am grateful
That song every year. Oh my goodness. So let us say together, I am a beloved child of God, here to be an ambassador of good. And so it is time to share our good. And I invite you, this is the time of year where we're like, oh, can I give more? Because I can take it as a tax donation. Unity of Tempe would love to receive that blessing. We've had a little shortage recently, so we would be very, very grateful for that. And yes, let us say together, I am a joyful sharer of my good. I remember that as I give, I receive, and that God is my source. Yes, thank you so very much. And if you're preferring to give online, here is our QR code is coming up right in a moment. There we go. There it is. Oh my goodness. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Spirit. We are so very, very richly blessed. We are blessed indeed. And sometimes it does take a day like Thanksgiving or the time of Thanksgiving for us to remember the abundance in our life. Yes, we have warm beds and we have roofs over our head and we have food to eat and we have clothes to wear, and these are things that we just forget to give thanks for because we take them so for granted. So thank you, thank you. We have a beautiful sanctuary. We are so grateful for that. We are so grateful for each other, for the friends and for the blessings in our life. Thank you, God. We know that as we have given today, that gift is multiplied and blessed even further. Thank you, God. And so it is. Amen. And thank you, Ruth and Karen. So you are loved, beloveds. I hope you felt the love and the gratitude here today, and I invite you to be with us next Sunday and invite someone to come and be here because we are starting, can you believe it, our Advent series. Next Sunday is the first Sunday of Advent, and I'm really excited about this series. And of course, if you're here next Sunday, you get that wonderful booklet, that Unity Advent booklet, the coveted Unity Advent booklet that you want to start your Advent journey with. They will be given to you next week. And so our Advent series, I'm excited. It's Divine Detours. Who's ever had a divine detour? Who has not had a divine detour? We all have. And so let me just give you a little, you know what? I won't say anything because I'm going to wait till you, for a couple, just 2 of you know what it is, 3 actually. So come and find out what it's all about next week. Let us say together the prayer for protection. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The presence of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is. All is well, and we are grateful. Beloveds online, thank you for being with us, and we look forward to seeing you in person very soon. Happy Thanksgiving.